Okay, and once again, here is a graphic that'll show you what this trade setup looks like. Now, these trades can come in all sorts of ways, different shapes and patterns, so you kind of have to pay attention to all the possible Fibonacci levels using different swings to see if there's a match with a key level together with a pivot. And in this case here, this is actually an illustration of a trade that I took during the Asian session recently. So here's what happened. I saw this key level right here on the higher time frames, charts. I believe it was actually on the daily and the 4-hour chart. This particular trade was during the Asian session, like I said. So generally, price doesn't really do too much during Asia. It kind of stays range bound unless there's some big news coming out, which there was not. And I noticed that we had hit this key level once before back here, which kind of established support, and then price bounced around and finally formed a swing from A up to B and then came back down to the key level again. Well, what it did, the swing from A to B had a 127% Fibonacci external retracement that came right to here exactly, okay, which also happened to be the daily central pivot. So what did we have? We had a key level of support resistance on a higher time frame. We had a Fibonacci level right here, which happened to be at 127% Fibonacci external retracement, and we had a pivot. So we got a fib, a pivot, and a key level. And then, rather than do anything here, I didn't know if it was going to stop, so I just waited to see if it was going to bounce, and that proves to me that price is wants to go back up. And this is the Noble entry right in here. Okay, we just watch it bounce up by the 79%, and then away it went. Now, I want to show you now what it can look like on a, let's have a look at a sell setup. And I've drawn this one a little bit differently because, like I say, these kinds of trades can come in different forms with different kind of Fibonacci retracements. In this case, this red line here is the key level of, used to be support, got broken, it became resistance, and from A down to B, like A came down, kind of crashed right through this old key level from before and came back up and retested it right here, which was also a 38% Fibonacci retracement of the move from A down to B, 38% up to here. It's also a pivot. Okay, so once price gets to here, rather than do anything, you just this is a Noble entry part of this. So we've got a fib, we've got a pivot, we also happen to have a key level. Now what we need is a Noble entry, right? So price goes from here. Oh, here it goes, proving to us this is like a 15-minute. You could even use a 5-minute, but I like a 15-minute chart to show what's going on. And just as a note here, make sure that this swing is at least 15% of the 5-day average daily range. Retraces back up 90%. There's your sell right there, and you get in short right there, and then that's your hopefully your move down south again for you.